I'm with David Sawayfa. Now, David, where are you from?
I'm from Bethlehem.
You were originally born in Bethlehem?
No, I'm originally born in Hebron, a small village called Edna, but I just stayed there even a few hours and then I was transferred to the medical academic hospital in Jerusalem.
So, what sort of family were you born into?
I was born from a Muslim family. We are in total 10 brothers and sisters, 2 sisters and 8 brothers, and I'm one of the person with a disability.
Now, when you were born, you talked about you had a rare condition. What sort of condition was that?
I had a condition called cloacoextrophy. It is a Greek word and it means born with an open belly. So that means they even don't know if you are a male or a female.
Right. So, all your intestines were actually outside?
Yes, and they didn't know if I was a male or female, but with all the blood testings, they found out that I'm a male.
So, with having a condition like that, is that something where you've had to have many medical operations?
Well, my first surgery was in '88, a few weeks after my birth, and it was not a correct operation, so they closed part of my stomach and they put like a colostomy. And then I stayed in the baby hospital here in Bethlehem for the rest of my time until October '89, from January until October '89.
So, how many operations would you say you've had so far?
In total, I had like kind of 4 or 5 operations.
And how did you become a believer in Jesus?
Well, how I did come and believe in Jesus, my family is Muslim, but as I told, I'm first 1 month of my life, I was living in the hospital in Bethlehem. And the last months that I was there was during this first Intifada, the conflict between the West Bank and Israel. And I was taking a place in the hospital. The doctor said, we need to get rid of him and give an injection. And there was a German doctor said, no, I know a place where he can go to. It is a Dutch organization called Jemima. So she contacted the Dutch couple and she thought, we have here a boy laying between life and death. Could you please take him? So at that moment, it was August '89. They didn't had the opportunity to take me. That my adoptive mother, who took care of me, she had at that time also cancer. So they took me in on October 21st, 1989.
So she took you in and looked after you even though she was going through something traumatic of cancer in her own life?
Yeah, she suffered for almost 13 years with cancer, but she took me in and she and her husband contacted her relatives in the Netherlands and the academic hospital in the Netherlands, and I got the rest of my surgeries there.
So were they the couple that founded Yemima and were they believers in Jesus as well?
Yes, they founded Yemima in 1982, August 1982, and that's what Yemima is today. We are now a big organization with a lot of projects. And Yemima is based as a home for children, not a school. And next to the home, we have a program called the school department, the daycare, and then a program outreach HBI. HBI, we have it since the last 7 years. The reason why we opened that project is a lot of people are coming to our doors, please take our child. And we found out that families, if you don't get in contact with them, they ignore their child. But my family didn't ignore me. We stayed always in contact with them. So our main goal is now to keep the child at home and to train the child at home. That's the HBI project. And the daycare started in '88.
So really today, if you hadn't have had this condition, you wouldn't have been in hospital, you wouldn't have been placed in the children's home, you wouldn't have been a believer.
Yes, I always say I am who I am. If I didn't was I am who I am today, then I even was maybe doing the things what is going on now in the Middle East. But I thank God that I came to know Christ. I don't call myself that I came to faith. I don't call myself that I'm from a Muslim background. That a Muslim background, you say then you have practiced the Muslim religion, you have lived with the Muslim religion, but me differently. My family is Muslim, but I was growing up as a Christian. I was going to church.
And today you're living in the children's home in Yemima and you're working for them and also doing consulting. So what sort of work are you doing?
Yes, I live in an organization. I'm already there for 25 years. The last 4 or 5 years, I live totally independent with another 2-3 boys. We have our own apartment. It's like kind of every student in Europe who have their own student apartment, the same. I work at the organization full-time as administrative assistant, helping what is needed from management team to school, everything, and daycare. And that's my work at the organization. Next to that, I have my own freelance consultant work. Why I started this freelance consultant work is every organization here are foreign organization. They deal with visas and permits and work permits for their volunteers. And every 2 or 3 years, the management team changed, so they need to restart again the whole system. So instead of they restarting the whole system, I'm the one dealing with all those things for their organizations, and that's like my job, what I do.
So it's helping a lot of the ministries that are here in the land already.
Well, it helps a lot of organization. I am a person who don't go to the person who I need to go. I'm going to the right person and the correct person. So I work directly with the Israeli Defense Office, who is responsible for the Gaza Strip and the West Bank in general. And my contacts are with them directly, and through them I get all the permits and all the visas for the volunteers in the Bethlehem region.
Now you're going to a conference very soon. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, I'm going to the conference called Global Access. It is organized by Joni Eriksson-Tada, her organization Joni and Friends. They found out about different ministries in the Middle East, and their aim of the conference is how to integrate disabilities in churches. I myself am a member of the Bible Presbyterian Church in Bethlehem, and I'm one of the disabilities who works at the church. But most of our churches in the Palestinian region and in Israel, they don't have a disability ministry for their children or for their adults. So the aim of this conference is how we could get the people with disability, even worse a disability than how I am, like people in wheelchairs, get them to do leading worship or helping with translation or Sunday school activities. So Global Access Conference, the program of it, they came to Bethlehem and they made a interview with me. They seen my daily life with the ministry, what I'm doing at Jemima, and they've chosen me as a scholarship to attend this conference. So they will cover all my trip, and I will be there meeting a lot of people, and my interview is already done. Like, it will be published on a beamer, and my aim is to connect with other organizations worldwide to get their ideas, they get our ideas, and how to establish a ministry here in the Bethlehem region, especially for disabilities, a church ministry.
So what sort of other people will be there at the conference?
Well, most of the people who will be there are people who work with disability in general, as freelancers or families who have a brother or a sister or a mother or a father who has a disability. And the important thing is Joni Eriksson-Tada, the founder of Joni and Friends. She will be there. She will be speaking, and also Nick Vulture, he will be also speaking at the conference. And it's like really awesome for a Palestinian person to meet these persons who are known in public, especially Nick.
And they're also disabled as well, aren't they?
And they are disabled, and my aim is to get in connection with Nick Vulture to convince him to come to the West Bank and Israel to have a setup here.
That would be great. Now, as a young Palestinian, is it easy to travel to something like this conference?
Well, it depends which connections you have. For me, I find it difficult that I need to go through Jordan. If you find the right routes and the right way, you get easily there, but it stays difficult.
So you can't just fly through Ben Gurion in Israel, you have to go through Jordan?
I can fly through Ben Gurion if I have a medical report from a doctor, or if I have worked as a VIP for the Palestinian government or for a official company, then I have like a VIP chip card to travel through Ben Gurion.
And now, what's your prayer for the conference that you're going to?
My prayer for the conference is that we get to go to start ministries in the Middle East, especially in the Israeli side and the Palestinian West Bank side, to establish a community, a church, or a program for disability, and not especially for disability, but to integrate disability with people with a disability. That the aim of this conference also that to show the people with a disability that they have an ability. As myself, I didn't finish school at all, but I'm doing things what even other things who have maybe education that cannot do this kind of thing. So I always say people with education is not better than the people without education, that at the end they study for a lawyer, but at the end they land up to work in a restaurant. And then they don't know what the new updates of a lawyer job is. So don't do what you want to do what you can do. Like if you study something and you say you don't want to do that, do something else in your life.
Do you want to see not just a Palestinian side and an Israeli side talking about disability, but both coming together and talking as one?
Yes, my aim is after this conference to have a connection with the Musalaha and other organizations here to connect disabilities together, not Christian Messianic Jews and Christian Palestinian who have the ability, but people with a disability, to connect them together, that at the end we are human beings. Although we are disability or ability, we have the same feelings at the end.
And you have a Facebook page. What's your Facebook page called?
Yes, I have a Facebook page for my work. It is Freelance Consultant. I have a Facebook page and a Facebook group, and it is connecting me with people to know me more in the Bethlehem region for work, and they can connect me by email or by this Facebook page. So you can find me on Freelance International Non-Governmental Organization.
Okay, David, thank you very much.
You're welcome.